Maran in Siman Tafnun Aleph discusses about milachot of Kashering kelim to make the vessels kasher for the Pesach. So we know that the pots and many items in our kitchen have absorbed taste of hametz, and therefore they cannot be used for the Passover unless they go through the kashering process. Chazal tell us a golden rule: the way that it goes in is the way it's going to come out. So if a person, for example, has a pot that he used to boil hametz, like pasta, if he wants to use this pot on the Pesach, he has to go and kasher it by the way it went in is the way it's going to come out. That he has to immerse this pot into another pot with water that is on a running boil. Preferably, you should wait till the pot is not used within 24 hours. And this way, he accomplishes, this is called hagala, to go and to immerse the pot into a bigger pot with boiling water. There's some things that are just need irui kli rishon, just to be poured boiling water on top of it. For example, places where things spill, like countertops where hot hametz can spill. So therefore, the same way it went in is the same way it goes out. You spill the hot water on it from irui kli rishon. And then there are things that are not used with water whatsoever. Where a person cooks something without any water, like a mangal, like a barbecue, or in the oven, all these things need libun. They would need actually to be heated up to get very, very hot to burn out the taste of the hametz. We don't use the process of the boiling method. Therefore, a situation where you have the sticks for the barbecue, for the shish kebab, the person used hametz on there, made kebab that has bread in it. It will not suffice to boil those sticks. He would have to do libun. He would have to make them preferably red hot in order to kasher them. But many things in our kitchen that we have libun applicable to is like the oven. If the person wants to kasher his oven for the Pesach, which is a very integral part of the cooking for the Pesach. So he has to go and also kasher the oven. And the way to kasher the oven, like I said, is the person has to wait 24 hours that it is not used. That there will be nothing done with gam. And then he has to make sure that it is clean. He has to go in there and clean it with a lot of chemicals, a lot of cleaning utensils, liquids, in order to go and remove all the pieces of actual hametz in there. And then finally, to put it on self-clean, if it has self-clean, or to put it on the highest temperature that it has, if it doesn't have self-clean, for an hour, and to leave it like that, and therefore be kasher for Pesach. So therefore, a person has to make sure that he prepares in advance and he knows these halachot in order to be able to do it properly. Interestingly, there's a mahloket in this siman, Sif Chavav, between the Ashkenazim and Sfaradim in regards to the glass. I mentioned many times before that according to Sfaradim, the glass does not absorb and does not give off taste. So therefore, according to Sfaradim, even if a person used glass all year round for hot chametz, he is allowed to just wash it with water and soap, and it's considered kasher for Pesach. Even though Ashkenazim treat glass like ceramic, like earthenware, we know that ceramic and earthenware cannot be kasher to Pesach. A person has china dishes that he uses for hametz, they cannot be kasher for Pesach. A person has to use a separate set of dishes for the Pesach. But that's the chumrah of the Ashkenazim. The minhag of Sfaradim is not to treat glass like ceramic. Rather, even the Pyrex, the Duralex, they are all permitted to be washed and to be used for the Pesach the way they are. Also, these things are, when we say that a person has to kasher things for Pesach, that's only if you use them hot. Even if a person uses a metal cup, metal kiddush cup, all year round, he only used it for cold. He never used it hot. Also, these things do not need hechsher for Pesach because they never absorb taste because it was never hot. It was only used cold. So for the glass and also things that are used cold, they just wash them and they'll be permitted to be used on the Pesach. We have a situation where a person wants to use a barbecue. He wants to do barbecues on the Pesach. Also, the person has to make sure that he has a new setki, a new net, new palki, new sticks, a new mangal. If he didn't do kasher any of his mangal or his sticks, he has to buy new ones. But if he wants to kasher his mangal, he can technically fill it up with coals and light it, and therefore let it kasher itself that way. But otherwise, the person has to pair